good night of Shabbos, a good night, a good night of Yontif, a good one. Everything should be just great and beautiful and amazing. I just want to share a quick thought, little inspiration for the coming Yontif, the last day here in Eretz Yisrael, the last days in Chutz La'aretz, Yontif, Yizkor. We know that the seventh day of Pesach corresponds to the miracle of the splitting of the sea. We know that the whole concept of Pesach is about speed and alacrity, about moving, about not sitting around and waiting. The concept of matzah is that matzah is considered such a beautiful thing that God looks at the whole holiday as the holiday of matzahs, Chag HaMatzahs, because of what the Jewish people did, because we made those matzahs, because we didn't sit around, we didn't wait, we moved on. We're told that we had to leave Mitzrayim, because we left Mitzrayim in haste. Because if we would have stayed there for one more minute, then we would have been lost forever, eternally. We would have never come back. We get to the sea, Dabro b'nei Yisrael, speak to the Jewish people, the Yisrael, move. Don't just stand still. We're taught that on Pesach, that we have to guard the matzos. And our rabbis make an exposition and say, that we have to keep the mitzvos. Which means when the mitzvah comes to your hands, don't let it become chametz. Don't miss an opportunity. Constantly be moving. Don't wait around. Constantly move. And yet at the same time, we're told that the Navi teaches us in Mismameya that if the salvation delays, chakelo, then you have to wait. We have to wait for Mashiach. We have to wait for the end of times. We have to wait for the Geula. We're asked the question, when we get up there after 120, Tzipisa Yeshua, did you wait for the salvation to come? On the one hand, we're told, don't wait. You constantly have to be moving. On the other hand, we're told that we have to wait. We have to be patient. We talk about patience being a virtue. We talk about a person who's patient, a person who's able to wait, is a person who is going to be able to benefit in the future. So which is it? Is it all about speed, or is it all about waiting? And the truth is that there are two types of waiting. There's waiting around, which is like a passive waiting. We wait around for things to happen. We wait until everything falls into place. We're patient. We don't rush. Have a masuna medin. We have to be very precise and careful in judgment. And we wait for everything to be right and for all the conditions to be in place. And that's okay. But sometimes it's not to our benefit. But then there's another type of waiting. And that type of waiting is very different. Seventh day of Pesach, the Jewish people get to the sea. And the raging sea is in front of them. The Egyptians are behind them. This looks like the end. And they turn to God and pray. And God says, now is not the time to pray. Speak to the Jewish people, and let them move. Sure, you have to wait for the miracle to happen, but you also have to help to bring it about. You can't just wait around. You can't just sit there. But you have to make it happen. And that kind of waiting is very different. That kind of waiting where we actively wait, we wait for a better tomorrow, but we recognize that we have to do something to make it happen. That's the kind of waiting that Hashem wants. That's the kind of waiting that Hashem celebrates. Not the ability to wait, but the ability to make things happen, to bring something about. Sfiras Omer. We're waiting for the delivery of the Torah. We're waiting for Kabbalah Torah. We're waiting for that night when we can stand there, that day when we can stand there, and we can receive the Torah afresh ourselves. But we don't just wait. We count. Today is one important day where we have things to do. Today is the second day. Today is the third day. Today is the fourth day. And each day becomes an active participant in bringing about that moment of the giving of the Torah. We're not meant to sit around. We're not meant just to wait for things to happen. We're meant to make them happen. We have to wait for the right thing to happen, but in the meantime, you can't just sit back. You have to do things. You have to be proactive. We can sit around for a time when Corona is done, for a time when it's over, when a mask can come off. And we can sit and we can wait. And we can let life go by. We can lose so many incredible opportunities. Or we can grab it. And we can say, I'm waiting, but I'm not sitting around doing nothing. I'm still moving. I'm still growing. I'm still accomplishing things. I'm still going to make sure that things happen. Yizkor. We remember all the neshamas, all the souls of the past who walked before us. And we're reminded two incredible things. Don't just remember. Don't just wait. Don't just wait to be comforted. Don't just wait to be inspired by them. Do something. Ba'avur, that I'm going to give tzedakah. I remember them. Yizkor. God, you should remember my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, my son, my daughter, my spouse. But it's not just remembrance. It's not just passive. I'm going to give charity on their behalf. I'm going to build the world while I'm waiting for that comfort, while I'm waiting for that solace, while I'm waiting for that nechama. I'm going to bring about something incredible. And we bring up their memories because so many of them didn't wait in their lifetimes. They didn't wait for great things to happen. They made great things happen. And that's the way we end Pesach. We end Pesach reminding ourselves by remembering the beginning of the moments that we left Mitzrayim, by remembering the splitting of the sea, by counting the Sfira, by saying Yizkor and memorializing those giants of our past, that you can't just sit around. You have to be there to make something amazing happen. And if you get up and you do, while you're waiting, you can build the most incredible future. You can build the most incredible world. Our Yom Tov should end in blessing. It should end in joy. And it should instill in us a sense of hope for the future. That yes, we have to wait for a brighter day, but we also have to participate in bringing it about. Everybody should have a beautiful, amazing, awesome Yom Tov.